Hey everybody, it's Zach here with a news update on the newest series coming up in May. And it's actually a really weird one, kind of throwing everyone for a curveball. So the May restrictions is going to go back to Series 7 rules. So Series 9 will be the same as Series 7, and the biggest part of this is that the restricteds are going away. So when Series 8 was first announced, it threw us into a little bit of a curveball because of them only allowing one restricted, where we thought we were going to go back to the GS Cup, and that's cool and all. And we actually, no one really complained about it because it was more interesting. You needed a little more support for that one Mon. Teams were able to evolve with one restricted. And Cerebee's confirming it. Cerebee is reporting the same thing, that there will be no restricteds in the upcoming series. Now, a lot of people are not upset, but just a little bummed. They think that it's causing a little bit of burnout. They think that it's going to be boring because you bring this dynamic gameplay that the restricteds bring, and then you just take it away. I would have to agree. It's hard to keep up with the metagame if you're not putting your 100% into it. So I think it would be nice to go back to Series 7 because it's something that a lot of players might be a little more comfortable with, and it will give time for people to plan out this Series 8 format with the restrictors coming back without having to compete in high-ranking tournaments. But then again, that's the way that teams are proven, whether they're good or not, is in tournaments. So I want to know in the comments down below, what do you think of the Series 9 change? How do you feel about it? Are you bummed that the restricteds are gone? Are you happy that the restricteds are gone? I've seen a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm sick of seeing Zacian, which I think Zacian isn't that big of a problem. It's just something you really have to plan for in the team building process, which is that's the point of team building. You're supposed to counter what you think you're going to see. So I do have some ideas. I was looking at the Peakalytics for Showdown and Battle Stadium doubles, mainly Battle Stadium doubles, and I have some ideas of how they could have done this as well. My first idea would be that they could ban the top 5 restricteds. So Battle Stadium doubles right now, the top 5 restricteds are Calyrex Shadow, Kyogre, Groudon, Zacian Crowned, and Yveltal. And it's a little different on Showdown. I think it would definitely look closer to the Battle Stadium doubles one, but it's Zacian Crown, Kyogre, Dialga, Calyrex Shadow, and Calyrex Ice. Now I will say that with these 5 gone, Calyrex Ice and Trick Room would probably be really, really dominant and really scary, especially with Zacian gone, because Zacian is a pretty good counter, and Yveltal is a pretty good counter to the Calyrex Ice Rider, as long as you don't get hit with an ice move with Yveltal. But that gives room for mons like Dialga, Palkia, Ho-Oh, Lugia, heck, even Solgaleo, to have more time where people could develop teams with that. And I think taking away the top 5 restricteds would have been a really good format. My next one would be to take away the top 10, kind of like how they did with Series 5 or Series 6. Take away the top 10 mons, but as you see here, those top 10 mons are Incineroar, Regieleki, Urshifu, Dark-type, Urshifu Single Strike, Landorus, Whimsicott, Kyogre, Tapu Fini, Indeedee Female, and Amoonguss. So when looking at this list, I'm going to go back because it's much easier to view here. Looking at this list, only one restricted is in the top 10, and Battle Stadium doubles. So these mons are used. There's a lot of support. There's the Incineroar, the Regieleki, Amoonguss, Indeedee, Tapu Fini. Those are all support mons. Whimsicott's a support mon. Urshifu is usually used as a counter to the Shadow Rider. So with these mons gone, especially with Kyogre gone, like Calyrex Shadow and Groudon are really hard to handle, especially like if you watch my channel, like you've seen Wi-Fi's like Cherrydon team. That's insane. But like if you take away Intimidate from Incineroar and Landorus, those are the two biggest intimidators. You take away Redirection with Amoonguss and Indeedee, Togekiss would come back up. But then Zacian would still be in the format if you took away the top 10 and doubles. So I feel like this would actually make a lot of battles just one-sided if they did this. So I kind of looking at this list right now from Pikalytics, I 100% understand why they didn't take away the top 10 usage mons, because they're all mostly like support and like key pieces to like a team. So and honestly, my opinion, I think that they could have definitely done a series where they banned the top 5 restricted mons from Series 8. That would have been Shadow, Kyogre, Groudon, Zacian, and Yveltal. And I think that would have made some really cool team building. We would have seen a lot of Solgaleo. We would have seen a lot of Dialga Palkia, because we're seeing a decent amount of that now. And like Zygarde would probably be good. There'd be definitely room for Xerneas if Zacian disappeared. But I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of take it like it's kind of good. You can take a step back and see what teams in Series 7 worked well and just play with that. You could move it forward and try something different in Series 7. Take what you've learned from Series 8 and see if some team elements from that can go back to Series 7 and work. But I want to know what everyone thinks in the comments down below. Let me know how you feel about the Series 9 rule change, and also let me know how would you have made Series 9. You've obviously heard my ideas. Do you agree with them, or do you think that something else would have worked? And I don't think that they would ever take Dynamax or Gigantamax away. I know a lot of people say like, oh, do a series without Gigantamax, but how mad would you have been in X and Y or as if you had to play 3 months of competitive without Mega Evolution? I feel like the people saying that like, oh, we want a series without Dynamax or Gigantamax, those are the people that are against Dynamax, which I'm okay with it. But yeah, if you guys like this video, do not forget to like and subscribe. I've been doing some VGC content almost every day, basically every day. But I also do things like pack openings for TCG, and I will let you know about code distributions as well. Anyways, I'm Zach. I hope everyone enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one.